Hi, I'm Greg Hargarten, and today we're going to be painting this painting in high speed. Stick around. Today, I'm painting with golden open acrylics. I like the slow drying opens because they stay wet longer, so the colors often mix on the canvas. I'll be using these colors. I've prepped the canvas with a cadmium orange base coat or ground, and I've drawn the scene on it in chalk. I'm painting from a photograph I took at Georgian Bay in Ontario. I paint with a group of plein air artists called the Men Who Paint. We've traveled across Canada and abroad to paint different locations. I'm laying in the sky with a house painting brush. I like to use a big brush so I can work quickly. I think this helps me stay loose and not get caught up in the small details. I'm using a mixture of cad orange, ultramarine blue, and titanium white. I find this makes a huge range of beautiful grays. These background trees are also a combination of the cad orange, ultramarine blue, and titanium white, but a darker value, which basically means less white in the mix. For the tree highlights, I've added more orange to warm the mixture and a bit of white to lighten it. These colors will reflect in the water, so we'll need them at the bottom as well. Now I'm using a mixture of alizarin crimson and sap green for a muted dark red. This will be the shadows of the foreground trees. Again, I like to use the biggest brush possible. I want this painting to have the spontaneity and energy of a plein air piece. Hopefully this will help. As I work down to the bottom, I'm darkening the shadows with a muted dark purple made from quinacridone magenta, ultramarine blue, and Van Dyke brown. I feel this will give us some weight at the bottom. These first tree highlights are a mixture of cad orange and sap green. We spent 10 days in Northern Ontario painting Muskoka, Algonquin Park, and Georgian Bay. Our time at Georgian Bay was hindered by rain, which is a fact of life for plein air painters. We carry umbrellas and tarps to help keep paintings dry as best we can. But sometimes, when it's really coming down, it's best just to grab the camera and get some images for the studio. I've added some cad yellow to the orange and green mixture for these lighter branches. Since this is an overcast day, we don't really have a direct light source. I find this sometimes makes the painting more difficult because the shadows and highlights that define things are much more subtle. For these rocks, I've added some quinacridone gold and white to my muted dark purple mixture. This neutralizes the purple, giving us various shades of gray. It's important to remember the reflections. I like to paint them at the same time as the objects above the water. I generally choose a color from the sky to use for the ripples that will indicate the surface of the water. Now I just need to punch some light through the trees. I'm using the background color and painting the negative space so it feels like we can see through some areas of the trees. This will add a lot of depth to the painting. Thanks for watching. Click like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.